Hey guys, Aden here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today guys, I'm going to be talking about some of the best building keybinds you can have in Fortnite right now. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, make sure you guys leave a like down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to know every time I upload. But let's just get straight into this one. Building is one of the biggest mechanics in Fortnite, and we obviously need good keybinds so that we can build quickly, like some of our favorite YouTube and streamers out there. So we need to find some good keybinds so that we can build fast and improve on that. So some of the best keybinds that you can use in for building is Q, E, R, F, Z, X, C, V, and if you have a mouse with mouse buttons on the side, those are really good as well. So the reason why the keys on your keyboard, Q, E, R, F, Z, X, C, V, are super efficient and good for building is just because of how close they are to WASD. The closer your building is to WASD, the less you have to reach for it. So all these keys are super close. Even though V might be a stretch for some people, it is super close, and you can use your thumb to click like C and V. So some people that use mouse buttons as they're building, such as Mongrel, these are great as well. Just because when you use like a normal mouse, you normally your thumb doesn't really do anything. But putting buttons on the side of a mouse so you can build is super efficient, and you won't have to take your hands off WASD. So as I said about Mongrel, basically all his builds are on his mouse aside from the pyramid, but he is super efficient and he's got super good at building. He's super efficient, and that's why he probably uses the mouse buttons. So now we need to find keybinds that are right for you. So kind of click on some of the keys that I said and see what is comfortable. Some people find clicking Z and V uncomfortable just because, you know, they're kind of in a weird positioning. But if you can click them, try to go into Fortnite Creative and try some of these keybinds out. Here's some variations that you can try. You can try Q, E, R, or you can try Q, X, C. Those are really good ones as well. And Q, C, F is a good one as well. If you have mouse buttons, you can try your front mouse button, Q, and then your back mouse button. Those are really good as well. And for another mouse button one is Q, and then mouse button the forward one, and mouse button the back one for your floor wall ramp. So those are some variations that you can put. I'm not including pyramids right now. We're going to get into that a bit later. But those are some that can work for you. If you want to try a different variation, such as let's say FXC, you can go ahead. But the reason, let's get back to FXC. The reason that's not really that efficient is because if you don't press, let's say you don't press C with your thumb, you use your index finger. You would have to use your index finger for all three builds, and that's not as efficient as if every build was on one finger. So my keybinds are Q, X, and then my forward mouse button. The reason why this is efficient is because every finger is assigned to one building, and not like one finger is assigned to three different ones. So it's obviously quicker to build floor, wall, and ramp with different fingers than to use the same finger. But there's obviously people like Mr. Savage M who are super quick with using just one finger, but that's just really preference. So try to get a variation which use different fingers. You can try Q, X, and a mouse button. Those are super good as well. But if you're using mouse buttons like the first variation I said of forward mouse button, Q, and backward the back mouse button, that's fine as well, because mouse buttons don't really matter when you build. You can use both of your builds on your two mouse buttons, or if you have more, you can as well, like Mongrel. But yeah, just try to find a variation that uses different fingers for each build. And now let's get into some keys that are a bit far to reach, but you've probably seen some people use it as well, which those keys would be T and G. They're kind of a stretch for some people. They're a bit of a stretch for me. That's why I have them for use and reload. But some people are comfortable clicking on these. So if you are comfortable clicking T and G, then go ahead. You can put that for some of your building binds, such as like pyramid. But if you can't reach it, stay with the same keys I listed. So for pyramid, this one is a bit tricky. Some people like pyramid a lot, and some people don't really pyramid at all. So we always need a keybind for pyramid, just in case you ever do use it. So what my pyramid keybind is left alt. It's right beside the spacebar. You would click it with your thumb, and that way, if you're using the same variation of Q, X, mouse button, and left alt, that means all builds are on different fingers, which is great, super efficient. But if you're not really a person that uses pyramids, or like they just like are okay with using one finger for 2 builds or more, then some pyramid buttons you can use is like 4, F, T. You can leave it as default of F4, but I'd recommend trying left alt just because of like it's easy to click as well. Maybe you might have to get used to it, but left alt is a really good one. Just because you don't really pyramid that much unless you're like in a build battle. But in a real game situation, you don't really pyramid, so this isn't like a really necessary thing. But make sure you have it on a button close just in case you do need to do it. So for weapon slots, I know we're doing building, but I'm gonna kind of get into weapon slots. I would recommend just leaving it 1 to 6, or like if you need to get like your, let's say you can't reach 5 or 6, you can use X and C, or like not X and C, yeah, like X or C for 5 and 6 instead if you can't reach those buttons. But I'm not really gonna get into that. I'll leave a different video for that. But for hotbar slots, you can just leave them default, or you can find out another way. So that's basically going to be it, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. I know I'm still getting used to doing these kind of videos, and I'm stuttering a lot, but they will improve over time. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and make sure you guys leave a like as I said, and see you guys later. Peace.